So I just wanted to speak a little bit to a couple of things that came up through the share, which was about this sense of the softening and how we don't always, feel or notice when that tension or tightness has crept into the body. And I think, in part, we could probably draw on this idea or this sense that how the limbic brain, is scanning our environment all the time. And so because it's below our conscious awareness, the limbic brain and the brain stem will pick up things from our environment, internally or externally, that may cause this element of contraction, tightness, tension, because there's a sense of establishing whether us as a being is safe or not. And I think this is where our mindfulness is so useful, to keep that checking in. How is the body? How am I? And noticing, oh gosh, my shoulders have crept up, or I can feel a tightness, in my legs or something. And then just taking that opportunity to soften and keep softening. And it is a bit like that, drawing on another element that was mentioned, that we have to work on it, that it's part of the training, part of the practice, that we keep coming back into this present moment and softening. And by doing this, we're supporting that lower part of the brain by bringing in this sense of awareness and this sense of soothing, because we can have a conscious awareness then of checking our environment externally and internally and saying, no, we're okay. I'm okay in this. Right in this moment, I'm okay. And settling and softening into that. And I think, as it was rightly pointed out, we have to work on it, because biologically, physiologically, we are hardwired to notice the things that are going to make us stressed because of survival. So it's that hard wiring that is going to be noticing whatever's around or within us that could be threats or danger. And so, we can have, again, an awareness of this, that this is happening, this sense of, oh, okay, I see what's happening. I see what my brain's doing. I see what my muscles are doing. I can just do a little how are you check, a reality check. I'm okay in this moment. Yeah, there might be lots of things that aren't perfect around me. There are lots of things that need sorting around me. But actually, right in this moment, fundamentally, right now, I'm okay. I'm well. This moment, I'm okay. So this is the mindfulness practice of keep coming back into this moment and then softening. So we're training the mind, we're training the body to say that this is okay in this moment. And we can then balance that element of what we refer to as our negativity bias, which is that survival element, and balancing it with this kind of conscious noticing of the good, this conscious noticing of the positive, or the conscious noticing, this awareness of the beauty of things, or of becoming in awe of what's around us or what's within us. It doesn't have to be external, but obviously we gain a lot of that from our experience in nature, perhaps. But again, that kind of comes back to that we are nature, so we can still have a sense of awe about this body, watching how, a wound heals itself, how we can adjust our posture and feel different, how just marveling of the fact that we can walk for 2.5 hours or whatever it is that we want to do or are able to do, move around, we can feed ourselves, we can take care of ourselves and of each other, and so we can marvel at this existence. So noticing the softening and really, taking some moments to absorb ourselves in the awareness of what's here, in the kind of wondrous nature of things. So perhaps with that in mind, we'll settle in to our practice here. So coming into a comfortable seat, coming into a posture that will support you in your practice today. So whether that's sitting, whether it's standing or lying down. Ensuring that the parts of the body that are being supported feel comfortable, that there's a sense of connection from the ground or from the chair, from the cushion. So you might like to practice here with your eyes closed or half open. And taking these beginning moments to bring your attention into the body. To feel the ground beneath you. So wherever the body is being supported, just feeling into that. And maybe we need to consciously relax the muscles here. So just checking in, maybe inviting some softness in. Allowing the body to become heavy in the chair or on the floor. As though we're giving the body permission to let go. Inviting the body to feel held, to feel supported. That this body is not alone. And so creating a sense of safety for this body. For this part of our being whose sole responsibility is to keep us safe, to scan, to check. And there will be things in our lives that might be threats, might be dangerous, might be risky. So we can thank this part of us, this safety element, this sending in some gratitude to say thank you. Thank you for looking out for me. Thank you for keeping safe. Thank you for being on watch. Thank you for your vigilance. But amazingly, we have this ability to observe ourselves in a part of the brain and the prefrontal cortex, just behind the forehead, around this place of the third eye, is our witnessing part of the brain. Our ability to witness, to notice, to observe. So we can use this witnessing part of the brain to notice what's present in the body, whether there's any tightness, tension, holding, gripping. We can use our senses, our awareness to listen, to hear. We know that we can use our eyes, our sight, to see, to check, to notice. We can use this witnessing part of the brain to look inward at our internal experience of thoughts, of emotions. becoming aware of how do I feel? What is it that's on my mind? We can use this witnessing part of the brain to become aware of our breathing. Even though all the time our breath is happening, we don't have to have a consciousness of it for it to keep breathing all the time that we're alive. And what's amazing is that we can even change the breath if we need to. And just checking in now, does it feel good if I take some deeper breaths here? Will that support my body? Will that support my practice? And if it feels right, taking some deeper breaths. I'm really tuning in to how each part of that deep breath has an impact on the body. Has an impact on your sense of feeling. How does it impact on the mind? As we become aware of maybe of the sound of our breath, the sensation of the breath in the body. And then letting go of those deeper breaths at any time. At any time that it feels right for you. And then as the body becomes quieter, how does this affect things? How does it affect the body? How does it affect the mind? How does it affect the way I feel? And so we'll notice here and there that the mind is wandering. It may get caught up in a story about a sound or a sensation or a thought or a feeling. There might be an element of randomness, of just a thought popping in, maybe something, oh, I need to remember this. What am I doing later? Oh, remembering a conversation, a text, an email. And then this is where the training comes in, just noticing. And we can even have this sense of appreciation. Thank you for noticing. Thank you for remembering, for planning. And then coming back to this present moment. You might like to choose an anchor, an anchor point, just to support this sense of returning back to the present moment, this training, coming back, flexing this muscle of attention. So you could choose a part of the body, maybe your breath. It could be sounds. And then inviting in a sense of curiosity, kindness, gentleness. Remembering to soften into each moment. And if a sound or thought or feeling causes any reactivity in the body, just noticing this with kindness. Thank you. And then taking a moment to soften. I've got this. We're good. introducing the sense of awe into our practice, with the invitation here to be in wonder, in awe at each element that comes into your experience, that comes into your awareness, whether that's a sound, a sensation, even a thought or a feeling. Wow. Okay, so wherever your attention is, coming to notice the wonder of your breath, of your breathing. And we'll notice the breath for a breath in and a breath out. And we'll bring this practice to a close. So, taking your time as we gently shift from the practice, maybe bringing some gentle movement into the body. As you open your eyes, just taking in your surroundings. Lovely. So thank you for your practice.